Hey guys, it's important that you tie up any loose ends before you start dating again. You don't want to have any type of baggage from previous connections as far as you're still entertaining people that you've dealt with in the past, like on a casual basis, even though there still may not be a relationship there anymore, but you still are interacting with past people as far as it can even just be texting each other, hanging out, or whatever else, phone conversations. If you have ended relationships or dating connections, you want to make sure that you cut off that connection completely. I know people say you can still be friends with exes, but that's not really a healthy approach, especially if you want another relationship in the future. Once you've worked on yourself and released anything that you need to release. If you're still attached to people from your past in any capacity, you are just blocking yourself from receiving the love that you desire, because you still have a revolving door of people that you are entertaining, and you're not allowing yourself to be open to the new. Because if you meet someone who is looking for something serious, and then you are at that point to where you're dating again, you're ready to date again, that other person is not going to tolerate you still hanging on to things of the past, especially if that other person has worked on him or herself and done the healing they need to do, and they're not attached to anything from the past. Because you don't want to be put in any situations to where you don't know where you stand with someone. Say, for example, if you're trying to get to know someone, but they're still entertaining people from their past, even though it's not a relationship. you know when you ended relationships, it ended for a reason. So that's why it's important to really put those things to rest. And of course, you can wish those people the best, but you don't want to hang on to those people because they feel that they can come in and out of your life as well, and they feel like you will never not allow them to be in your life. So it gives them an entitlement as well, to where they feel like they can run in and out, even if you're getting to a point to where you're trying to take someone seriously. So that's why you don't want to have any unnecessary drama when you don't have to. If you clean things up before you start dating again, and of course set those expectations, don't lead anyone on. Make sure everyone is clear on where things stand as far as past people. They know that things are over, and it's no chance for reconciliation, because some people may stick around, of course, if they're not ready for things to end. If they have a glimmer of hope from you that you both can reconcile. So set those expectations and be clear to everyone involved, even new people, as far as if you're not ready to be serious and you just want to play around, then let people know so that they can go on to what they deserve and desire, as far as something a little bit more stable and not casual. So it's just all about being intentional, and not leading as far as anyone on, like I mentioned, and making sure that you are being true to yourself and other people. That way you don't, like I mentioned, hang on to things that don't need to, just out of fear of being alone.